except it's not doing it. There we go.
It would just be like that then, yeah?
That'll teach us for trying to do a professional count-in, won't it?
It will. Don't bother next time. Don't bother.
Welcome, Kelly Swingler, to the
Hey,
Geek Peek.
Michelle Hartley.
I'm very excited.
Oh,
Yeah, because we've done lives before, but they've always been like your lives, or we've been on like a joint thing with someone else. So I'm actually like double excited because it's mine and we get to talk
it's
about
yours.
anything you want. I
You
love
might
this so
regret
much.
that one.
I know, probably will. So for people that have just like arrived to our live, this is our little Geek Peek into the Great Geek Together. So I'm doing them every week on a Wednesday at 4 p.m. Live with like speakers, attendees, geeks, future attendees, all the people. And we're getting together just to talk about like a bit about the event, but also just wax lyrical about HR life and life in general.
Lush.
So yeah, we're just going to hang out and do the things.
All right.
So we talked about this on WhatsApp, didn't we, before we went live today? But you were the first headliner for TGTT1, and we were talking about someone in the Geeks. The lovely Orshi asked me what song like represents belonging for you, and I was like, oh, I don't know, it's really hard. And then I was like, oh my god, it's Kelly Swingler's song, and it's the Pink song that you played, which is I Am Here, that one. Like I literally cannot stop thinking about it. So now that's my belonging song. But then weirdly, without me telling you that, you then sent me a video of you singing I Am Here on WhatsApp. So I feel like it was destiny.
I did. That was yesterday on the way home from my gym.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've spoken about it, hadn't we? And like that song gets played for me every single morning. So it's either in the car, or it's either whilst I'm getting ready, or it's something. But that song plays for me every single morning that I'm getting ready. Yesterday, it came on whilst I was in the car on the way back from my PT session, where I smashed all of my PBs yesterday, by the way. And I went from yesterday, my PB on my 300 kilogram leg press had been 3 presses, and yesterday I did 8. So I was even more proud of myself yesterday. I'd gone from 3 to 8.
Amazing.
And yeah, I was in the car and it came on, and I was just like, I'm going to send this to Michelle, because I usually give you my gym updates anyway, don't I? So I was like, Michelle needs a gym update. And the gym update was, I am here and I'm freaking awesome. And I've just leg pressed 8 lots of 300 kilograms. And you got the video, yes, of me singing.
Love it. And
I did actually.
So happy.
The first TGGT was the first time that I've ever actually sang it on stage. Right? Usually I just kind of dance along to it, but I was going full on with it at the.
I loved it.
The Geek Meet, wasn't I?
I loved it.
Geek Meet. I call it Geek Meet, and then Michelle shouts at me, but that's what's in my head. It's a Geek Meet.
It's fine. Everybody knows what it is.
The Great Geek Together. I mean, it's all over my screen, right? The Great Geek Together. I will still call it Geek Meet, but there we go.
We all know what you mean. It's fine. And Susanna and LinkedIn user have said, hello, lovely ladies in red. You are coordinated. No, we did not coordinate this, Susanna.
We did do this for our last live as well, didn't we? We were both in red for our last live.
We seem to always end up accidentally coordinating. It's like old married couples when they end up wearing the same stuff. That's us now.
Well, so you say that you're never going to catch me in the pink that you wear. True. You're never going to catch me in a rainbow. The red, I think, is probably like in between. It's
probably our crossover colour.
Yeah, and today I needed red and not blue, and you clearly needed red too.
I needed red today. I was in a place where I needed the power of red. So yes, I totally agree. So Geek Together 1 and your talk is the one that even in the geeks now in WhatsApp, they still say, oh my God, Kelly's talk. Like I can't listen to the geek playlist without getting emotion when Kelly's song comes on. So the I Am Here one.
I love the geeks.
I do too. They love you, friend. They love you. Do you want to like remind us of what your talk was about? Do you want to touch on any bits? Like what was it like for you coming to the Geek Together? Apart from obviously also looking after your bestie for the day and bringing me coffee in the morning, which was amazing.
I mean, I don't know. What do you want me to talk about? So yes. So well, I suppose I think probably if we take a step back, right, and kind of where I was on the morning of the Geek Together. So I had, and probably the first time that I'd worn black in public for a very, very long time, right? So I
Yes.
was in this,
Yeah.
so this was 5 months before I got my adenomyosis, what's the word I'm looking for? Diagnosis.
Diagnosis.
But it was the first week where I'd been experiencing like really, really bad pain, and I'd bloated so badly anyway that the outfit I wanted to wear, I couldn't wear. And then I'm like, I don't know what the bloody hell. So it was literally like black dress, a lot my ballooning belly, and all
Yeah.
the pain could kind of get hidden. But I did go with my neon belts. So I did have my
You
neon
did.
pink
Yeah.
belt and my neon yellow
Yeah.
belts for a bit of colour. But I think that I'd gotten to Birmingham, and I had like literally, I suppose like the last time I'd been out in public, right? Was that I'd had my phone stolen whilst I was in London.
Yes.
As
Yes.
I'm
Oh my
walking
God.
around
Yes.
Birmingham, right? So I'm walking around Birmingham, like with my phone in my hand, looking on the maps. And then I'd gone into a coffee shop to get you a coffee and a ginger shot.
Yes. Anyone
And
watching?
as I
That's
was
my
in there,
thing.
honestly, there was like same black on the same black bike, same kind of hoodie and snood, covering their faces, waiting for me outside the bakery. And I was like, I don't know how I'm now going to get to the venue because I can't take my phone out of my bag. So I'm literally like having to memorize directions
Yeah.
of like, where do I get there? And I'm already feeling like crap anyway, but I'm like, gotta get there for Michelle. Like, I'm gonna get there, I'm gonna get there. So of course, then I get into the venue, and I was just by that point, I was like, got to sort of like, Michelle needs a coffee and a ginger shot, right? That's all I need.
Yeah.
Michelle needs a coffee and a ginger shot. So I'm like, literally navigating myself to the venue. Of course, then I come out of the lift, and the entire geek squad are like, morning, and I'm like, oh, good morning, good morning. I just need to get Michelle her coffee. And then I go to walk in the room, and I think it was one of your organisers, the Fabulous Raccoons, and they're like, Michelle's getting sorted, you can't go in yet. And I'm like, oh yes, I can. So I just like barged into the
That's
room,
these
and I was
privileges.
like, I have her coffee. So yeah, so then it was like coffee, and I think then as soon as I saw you, and it was just like calming. So it was like, here's coffee, here's ginger shot. What do you need? And I remember you having issues with your slides and stuff, weren't
Oh
you,
my
first?
God.
And you're
Yeah.
just like, nothing's working. And I'm like, do you want me to leave? Do you want me to stay? And you're like, can you just stay? I was like, I could just stay and not talk. And you were like, yes. So that's
Yeah,
pretty much how we started
stay.
the day, wasn't it? Just like ignoring each other, but just sat on the table, like emotional support squad from across the room.
Yes.
And that was where we went. But I think, I think for the day, I think it, like for me, I suppose then as an outsider, and I suppose also being privy to a lot of the organizer, like I know how much detail and how much energy and everything you put into that day.
Yeah.
And I know, like when we were talking about it the day after, like I know it drained the hell out of you, but I
Yeah.
also know how much it gave you in terms of like energy and support and everything that you had wanted it to be. And I think for everybody to be in that room, and I think that's like, for me, I think that's the magic of what you've created with the geeks anyway, right? You literally did feel the magic as soon as the lift opened, even if it did scare the hell out of you as like an introvert that's
Even
like
if you were
already,
traumatized.
yeah, like huge introvert that's already having a mad panic attack. But I think like from that moment, like everybody feels welcome. And I think, from
Yeah.
like personalized sweets to like fidget toys, and people feeling welcome, and people can join in or not join in, and quiet spaces or not quiet spaces. And I think you had absolutely, and I know you have continued to create the exact environment that you wanted, that probably we would have both thrived from
Yeah.
as HR, right? Just somewhere where you could just rock up and be yourself. And I think for the majority of us, we know, although I'm not really in the HR space anymore, but I think, when I was, and I know the same for you, right? We were like not your typical HR. And I think
Yeah.
for anybody that feels like that, if you feel like you're literally, kind of having your, I was kind of say like square peg round hole, right?
Yeah.
The majority of us that are like your typical HR, we are the square pegs. And yet I think over
Yeah.
time, HR can start to really chip away at those corners, can't it? And you become this kind of misshapen round peg in the round hole that you're kind of forcing yourself to squeeze into. And actually you do want to be a big
Yeah.
personality, and you do want to have a laugh, and you do want to be able to smile at work without people thinking that you're up to something, or all of that sort of stuff. And so I think the fact that you are able to create a space where you don't just say show up as you are, people walk into that room as they are. and from like, you know, different sweet choices and all of the detail that you put into it. I think from the minute that people walk into the room to the minute that I leave, and I know for like weeks and months afterwards the impact that that day has on them. I think well done you, friend.
Thanks, friend. Thanks. Yeah, it definitely, like, coming back to when you arrived in the room, I think I was on the verge of a meltdown as you walked in. And I think you were on the verge of the other end of your meltdown. And we both just kind of look, like, we have this look, and I cannot possibly describe it. But it's when we're both like fucked. We're both like,
we're both wired, like,
yeah, we're both like clenching big eyes, but also everything's fine faces. So I very much remember both of us like coming in, and we're both a bit like, all right, yeah, you,
and none of us were we? But again, I think that's and I think not just for us, but I think again in the space that you have created, and not just from the meet itself, but I think also from the community, like we can like continue to show up. Like I wasn't gonna go into like, oh my god, I've just had the worst morning in the world. It was your day, it was your time, it was your environment.
Yeah.
I think we're also just able to notice that in each other. And I think without even being able to say anything, and again, I think like that was really obvious in the room, right? You don't have to say if it's too much or too little or anything. Like people just get it. And I think when you're in that shared energy space with people where you don't need to say anything, right? You can get hugged in a corner, you can go and take 5 minutes, you can, you know, you can give yourself and give others what you need or not. I think that's half the magic.
Yeah, totally. Like, and also I think there's something about, because I know your talk was really emotional. There's
Yeah,
something
you asked me
also
about my
about like,
talk and I haven't said anything about it. Yeah,
no,
sorry.
it's fine. That's fine. And there's something like, for me anyway, it's something about like almost being able to go into the day and just like have the emotions. Like I think that's something also that is so like rare for HR, isn't it? Like actually it's okay if you get emotion. If you look around your table, probably 3 other people are as well. Like, and that was a biggie for me. Was most of the day I think I spent like on the verge of tears just all the day, because I was like, oh, this is really emotional for so many reasons. Like obviously speakers and the music and all the things that like trigger the emotions. But yeah, I think there's something about like it genuinely being a safe space to have emotions as an HR person, which is another thing that we just don't like allow ourselves to have. So yeah, it's a biggie.
Well, and again, like we get told we're not allowed to, like I can remember like literally like early days of my career, right? I was told like don't show any emotion in meetings. And
yes.
and I must have done that really brilliantly, because actually like my first few years in role, right? I had so many bloody nicknames, but you know, it was like Super Nanny, or like the Iron Lady, or I was the Ice Queen, or I was this, and you know, you kind of wear it and think, well, I'm obviously really fucking great at HR then, right? Because yes, these are all my names. And yet there is, you know, where do you go when you're struggling? Where do you go when you need some help? Where do you go where I know you have, as like we deal with some really hard emotional stuff, right? And I can remember one day getting a phone call about like one of the directors that actually I was really, really close to had died of cancer. And I can remember like finding out about that and then having to go into a disciplinary, and then I'm doing interviews in the afternoon. Nobody was ever like, Kelly, are you okay? Like, you know, sorry about Andy, but I'm supporting the rest of the business because we've just heard about Andy. Like nobody checked in. I mean, everybody knew how close I was to this guy in terms of kind of colleagues and what we've been helping each other through, right? Not one person. And I'm like, okay, like done that, right? Disciplinary interviews. And you just have to get on with the job, don't you? And you know, there was some horrific stuff, but I think when we're kind of jumping from that to the other, it's not even so much, I don't think, that people don't necessarily ask the question, but I think it's like we don't even get the space. Right. There wasn't a space for me to say, like, I just need 10 minutes to sort myself out. There was none of that. There was no like, just need like 5-minute breather, because you just kind of go, and you are HR and you have to, you know, you have to stick the face on. And I suppose then for me, you know, with all of the talks that I do, it is, I suppose it is talking about the crap stuff and talking about how we get through it. And I think, you know, the biggest thing for me is really about helping everybody, right? We join the dots. We need to understand who we are. We need to ultimately get back to ourselves, right? And the more that we can get back to ourselves, I just think the better humans we can be, the better people we can be, the better leaders and HR and all of that stuff. But ultimately it starts with who we are as people. And again, I think, the space that you've been able to create in and outside of the room is absolutely about seeing people as people, right? And for the people that they are. Nobody has to be like anybody else, right? We don't have to dress the same. We don't have to dress the same when we like. There wasn't a dress code. There's no dress code. But we don't have to dress the same, and we don't have to show up the same, and we don't have to, come with that, and we don't have to. I think when there is a safe space for us, right, we don't have to paint the mask on anymore and just be like, I'm okay. Like the mask can drop, and we can just be seen as people, right, human to human, rather than like 99.9% of our working day where we're just seen as the faceless, humanless, emotionless, nameless HR professional. But it's just HR and they have to get on with it. And so I think the right spaces that allow us to get seen as humans is what we need more of.
Yeah, totally. I was talking to somebody about it today on a call, actually, Alex Beeching, and we were talking about like it's almost like you want to be able to just shed your role at the door. Like you want to be able to just almost like take off the corporate lanyard and swap it for your geeky one. Like have something like where you can literally just shed it and then come in. And that's the thing I think that I like feel for myself on the day. Like, and I was saying this in the last live, it's really hard to like describe and define the event because it's a real feeling that you experience. Like it's just, as you said, like it's just like at the moment you arrive, you feel like you're welcome, it's safe, it's really nice, like everything's set up. It's just really, I don't know, welcoming, safe, something, I don't know. But you want to be able to shed the role before you walk in the door because actually no one really cares. Like in a really nice way, nobody really cares.
Titles, right? Nobody cares. Yeah, it's not about job titles. It's not about length of experience. It's not about qualifications. It's not about any of that stuff. It's genuinely about you as the person in the room. And I think we need to have lots more of that. Not that I go to any events anymore, but there's still a lot. Like you can't even register like until you've put your job title on your badge. And I just thought, I'm not going for the job title, right? I'm going as me.
Exactly.
And Ian Pettigrew and I have actually had this conversation before because we've started to put some really random stuff on our job titles.
Yes.
Because we're going as a person, but everybody is too focused on the job title and the role or the organization. And somehow we've become less interested in the person that's in front of us. And we just need to get over ourselves.
Yeah, totally agree with that. I'm just looking up at my lanyard now and thinking, does it have a job title on it?
It probably says like Queen of the Geeks or something. Did you say Queen of the
Geeks? I didn't have job titles on there. But that's what I put now. Because I'm
if Michelle Hartley has asked you for your job title before you go into the event,
Ron,
you get permission to write, shove it up your ass.
That's an actual thing. We could definitely do that.
Yeah.
I like that.
But can I also, I think just on that, and you and I had a chat yesterday because I think you got your first event troll yesterday, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I was going to bring up my troll, yeah.
And I saw some stuff the other day as well from somebody in the US that was talking about like why the hell do HR events like need to have themes to them? Like you'd never get finance doing this stuff, right? Why do HR events need to have this? Like where's the professional stuff? And like I think there's lots. Like we could do an entire hour. We could do an entire week probably on just this rant. But absolutely. I think I have been asked. Like one event organizer asked me to speak at their HR event and at their FD event. Right?
Yeah.
The FD event was 2 days in a really posh hotel. They got an overnight. They got an evening meal. They did all of this. The HR event was like in a free venue for 1 day.
Yeah.
And so I kind of think, right, if we're going to criticize like and start comparing HR events to finance, like finance get the budget, right? Finance get given a 2 days with a posh meal in a really nice hotel, and HR are getting like, here's a free venue that you can just rock up at, and we might give you a lunch.
Yeah.
Right. So I think there's that kind of stuff. But I also think, and I think when I saw this and was thinking about yours the other day, lots of people, and you know, there's one event that I didn't go to. I mean, some events right now are looking a bit like, you know, kind of Candy Crush threw up on the venue, right? And that's not
Which is
for me.
definitely what I would like if I had the budget.
Well, you would love it. I would just be like, not for me. So I think, you know, I think we need to, but I also think whether you are, you know, kind of a bright pink unicorn or not, I do think the theme and the energy and no, like you wouldn't get that at a finance event. But actually, finance, you know, on the whole, it's numbers, right? We're dealing with people, and if we cannot find a way, I still say we because I still do class myself as an honorary.
Yeah, no, you're HR.
And I'm still and I'm still, you know, and I probably, yeah, like if you cut me in half, I probably still say HR through and through, right? But I'm still very much a we when we kind of come to it. But I do think with a lot of the events, we need to be able to let our hair down and we need to be able to have different sorts of conversations. Because if our events are grey, boring, corporate 2-day crap, where you can't show up as you are and you do have to be contained in like blue pinstripe suits and like you can't move and you can't do any of that stuff, we never get the recharge that we want, right? Nobody gives a toss about us in the organizations. And you know, as I've already said, right, when you are the nameless, faceless, emotionless thing that just gets kind of moved from kind of meeting to meeting and environment to environment, and you never get that release, why shouldn't you be able to do that like one day a year at a really amazing event with really amazing people with a really amazing energy? And just, you know, if you want to dress up in pink sequins, wear the pink sequins, right? If you want to rock up in whatever it is you want to rock up at, right, wear what the bloody hell you want, but wear what you want, show up as you want, do all of that, and just let go of the bloody boring, right? Because I know if we unzip all that corporate container, right, if we allow ourselves to have our corners back, that's where we begin to expand again, right? That's where we become more human again. And if we can't do that for ourselves and have a little bit of fun whilst we're doing it, nobody else is out there doing it for us.
Exactly this. And I think, like you said, like the finance and HR thing, the constant battle is finance don't have anywhere near the level of like horror that we have in our jobs in HR. Like finance don't deal with the people side of things, like terminal illness, people dying, people like making suicide attempts, like all the most horrendous stuff, and then have to go straight back and do like you said, payroll, interview, recruitment, like all that stuff and put the shiny face on. Like that's why it's different. We need a space where we can like cut loose and be ourselves, because Jesus Christ, like HR is hard. It is hard, friends. And we need that space to be able to like just let it out, like have a safe space and let it out. That's big. That's a biggie for me. That is a massive one for me, where and it is as the kind of event, I don't know, what do I call myself? Creator? Owner? I don't know. Deliverer?
Queen of the Geeks.
But even for me as the person like doing the event, I feel like that's still important to me. Like I want to be able to come to my own event and feel like I can just show up and be myself. Like last year I think I came into my own event at 9:45 and we were starting at 10:30, because I was able to just be like, no, what's important to me is I get to start late, I get to get my hair and makeup done before I come, and I get to show up and it's all done. Like that's what's important for me, and that worked, and it was brilliant. I mean, I was still overwhelmed, obviously.
Obviously.
It was lovely. Like, and I love that everybody feels that. Like that's a really nice thing. And I love that people, like my favorite bit of the whole thing is when I'm at home after the event, I'm absolutely wrecked, knackered, but all of the like messages and the videos and stuff are coming in from people that will jump on a video message and be like, oh my God, this was amazing. I need to tell you this. I know you're like processing, but it was amazing. And I can't believe how brilliant, you know, all that's my favorite time. Like I love the delivery and I love the thing and I love the, you know, drinks afterwards and stuff. But that is my most favorite bit. Normally when I'm in my pajamas with a glass of wine, like the following day, that is my favorite bit, when people suddenly realize how amazing it is.
That's what I get all the messages. Like somebody said some really lovely stuff.
Yeah, because then you get the one of me crying and is it so
I
lovely?
do that.
I'm so happy.
Everybody was really lovely. It's all good.
What do you, because last year obviously you couldn't make it because it was operation. What did you
this year? I'm not making it because you keep booking it on my birthday.
I knew you were going to say that. I gifted you that.
I mean, you
Franz.
did walk into that one. You did walk into that one.
What did you like see in terms of like the online stuff? Like what have you seen online from people and stuff from the second event that you obviously couldn't come to but knew what we were like?
Well, I think unsurprisingly, I got sang "Happy Birthday" by the entire
Yeah.
room, so that was so lovely. So I was pretty much still there with you. By the way, everybody's standard has been set. I'll just drop that one there. Birthday messages standard has been set. But I suppose it's exactly the same thing again. I think, I can't remember again what you call it, but your like the live chat board. Yeah. So I think that, which we saw from Work Human,
yeah.
But it's an amazing feeling to have that. So I think, people being but not overwhelmed, but in a nice way with that. Again, like somebody said, really, and again, right, that's a biggie, right? Even just the Geekitude, right? Just that board, even if you had none of the speakers and none of the event and none of the energy, how often does anybody say to any HR professional, "Hey, Michelle, great work," right? nobody does it, even when it's the best thing you've ever done, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's like, "Great job, Kelly."
Yeah.
And so I think, like, just to get that, so I think, the love and appreciation that came out of that, and the like good overwhelming in a good way for lots of people that were like, "Oh my God," again, like somebody said something really nice about me on the board and I got really overwhelmed.
Yeah.
That's really lovely about it. I think when you see the photos, I think when you see the videos, I think when you see the posts, and even like days and weeks later when people are still sharing the energy or the posts, or particularly when it is like I've been processing for a month, and now I've been able to, really appreciate what the day was about. So here's my takeaway from the day. I think that's really nice to see from people. And I'm sure I don't see even half of the stuff that people are putting out there anymore. I know you get bombarded with messages and thanks. I know people really, really love and appreciate all of the speakers, and of course different people take different things away from speakers, but I've never seen anybody not mention a speaker when they've been talking about their feedback. And so again, I think that's kind of testament to the quality of the speakers. I know you also kind of invite a lot of first timers onto the stage, and I think that's an amazing experience for people. Again, I was there when you did your first take. And so, and I think being able to see and support people, and being able to see the feedback from the speakers themselves when they realize how proud they are of themselves for doing their first talk, and then the feedback that they've had from the rest of the room that kind of almost like validates them and what they've been able to talk about. I think all of that's magic as well.
Yeah, that's right. And I can't believe I'd forgotten this, but I'd forgotten about the Geekitudes. Like, I bloody love the Geekitudes. That's like my favouriteest part of the day. So for anyone who's not attended but wants to know what it is, we do like Geek Gratitude or Geekitudes, and we've got a screen that sits alongside the stage. And so anybody who wants to shout someone out or love something that a speaker said, like, they can drop it into the Geekitudes and it'll pop up on the screen. So it's like a rolling screen from the whole day. And I collate them afterwards and I send them to you. So even if you might have had a mention and not realised, you get them like the following week, and it's lovely, like, just to see them all. I even still have them all on my Canva because I love opening them and seeing all the lovely things that people have said about each other. Like, it just makes me so happy. So yeah, I'd forgotten about those. This year we're doing it with Thankbox, so I'm really excited to see what they do because their stuff is bloody awesome. We use Thankbox now with Geeks as well, but it's a place where like you have like a board and you just put like messages of thanks or congratulations, or you can set up a board just for a particular thing. And so we're going to have a Geekitude board made by Thankbox for the day, and it's just, I just think it's going to be brilliant because you can add gifts to it, which is just, you know what the geeks are like with gifts. Like,
amazing.
Oh my God. It's ridiculous. Like, I feel like just watching the gifts would be an event in itself. Like, that's worth the ticket price. Just watching the ridiculous gifts that are going to appear on the screen.
I don't even think I would want to start guessing about the guests on the screen.
It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to that. That is a really nice part. I'd forgotten about that bit. And you're right, the first time speakers is a biggie as well. Like it's something, and I don't even, you know how you like you do an event and you decide what your principles are going to be and you decide how it's going to work and all that stuff. Like that was always something for me right from the beginning was no, I want to give over some of the stage to geeks. Like that's the point. Like I want people to come and be able to talk about geeks or their life or their experiences or whatever they've done. And it's lovely because 50% of the agenda is always geeks. And sometimes, like this year, I think we've got two repeating geeks. So we've got Orshi coming back. So she was at TGT1 on stage and she's coming back for this one on stage. And then Andy Donaldson Smith last year was a speaker and she's coming back this year as a geek. So I feel like it's going to be really cool to have them back, but also then have a load of new fresh geeks to the stage who've just like some of them are really like, and I won't mention names on this one, but some of them are really introverted and they're quite quiet and they're not like the biggest shoutiest geeks in the group, but they're like, no, I've got a thing to say and I'm going to say it and it's going to be great. Like, and I just think it's going to be so good. Like they're the most impactful ones for me. I just love it.
And I think like I don't think you have to like I don't again we probably both come across as well, we both are, right? Very loud individuals. But at the same time, like genuinely, I am like world's biggest introvert. Everybody laughs when I say this, but I truly am. And I think there is something about being able to get up on stage and have a story and have a voice and be able to share a story and make an impact to a room. I don't think you necessarily have to be the biggest personality. I don't think you have to take up the most amount of space, but yeah, and I think it's amazing that you're allowed to do that. And I think also on that, right, I think I have sat in the audience of some events where you can tell that somebody is a first time speaker.
Yeah.
And usually at those sorts of events, particularly like if it is like free HR event, right, you know that it's the supplier that's put the event on for people and that it's their customers that are on stage, like basically almost like selling. Selling the platform, because it's usually a platform, isn't it? And they're usually on stage selling a platform. And you kind of think like, why haven't you helped this person, right? Why haven't you helped them either with their like they're basically like they're blinded by PowerPoint slides, and like it's the worst talk you've ever sat through, and you just think, I'm sure you're a really amazing person, right? But this is the worst talk that I've ever done or that I've ever seen, and you just think like the provider should have helped those people before they got onto stage to try and pitch their product, right? Help them with presence or impact or presentations or something, not just will you come and talk about how amazing our platform is. But yeah, I think when first time speakers at your event, I think there is a different energy anyway. I think there is a different vibe anyway. Like they're not there to sell anything. They're not there to pitch anything. They're not there to promote anything. It's a genuine story. And it's just like, it's like, again, right, it's genuine people on stage with a genuine story to share. And I think the more of those that we can get, and I think if this is the space, and I know it has been, right, I know for some people that it was the first time that they've spoken on your stage, they've then gone on and been able, it's given them a confidence boost to be able to go on and do amazing stuff afterwards. And so again, I think like if that's the platform and that's the catapult, that's an amazing part of it. I've spoken on I don't know how many bloody stages, and for lots of people, it's just a very different feel. And I love that you're able to create that space for people, because it is daunting first time you go on stage, right? But I think also for the first time speakers to know that they're doing it in a safe space is amazing, right? And it's they're in front of a pretty big room as well, aren't they? It's not just like you're talking to 10 people, like little chat around the table. So I think that's amazing as well.
Yeah, it is amazing. And I think like like you say, it's the ultimate safe space, isn't it? Like, I wish that my first speaking gig, HR Big Meet, I wish that that was like in a room full of my mates. Like, it just would have been such a different, like, first time experience, and just felt so different if I knew that everybody there was rooting for me. And I know that people are genuinely, you don't go to an event to see a shit speaker, do you? Like, you want them to be good, but there's
Although
something
some
really
organisers
different.
missed that memo. Some organisers missed that memo.
They missed it. But I think, like, there's something, I don't know, like super secure, super nice, super secure, where you can go in and have your go in somewhere where you know you're going to just be applauded, whooped. People will laugh at your jokes at the
Yeah.
right time. Like,
Yeah.
just that mega support. Just, you can
Yeah.
literally, like, it's an atmosphere you could cut with a knife, because you can feel the level of support coming out of everybody.
Yeah, and it's just gorgeous. And I think, you know, and in terms of Big Meet and your first one, I think whilst we may not necessarily have known like who was in the audience, you know, I think again, like backstage, and again, like I suppose my unofficial role on that day was like prepping all the speakers before they went on stage. And we weren't, no, we were like, right, you've got this, right?
Yeah,
But
it
again,
was a
like
proper,
even
like,
that,
love it.
yeah, like, you know, just this is what we're gonna do. I can't remember. I was trying to, I don't know, was it Kirsty or Katie?
I
And
think
it was
Katie needs,
like,
like, some big, like, zipping
she's
up,
like, "I've
like,
got my notes," and I'm like, "You don't need your notes, like, you know,
yeah,
you know your shit." And
yeah,
I think it was Katie. I was like, she came on, she's like, "I didn't use my cards," and I was like, "You didn't bloody need them." So yeah, like we don't necessarily get it in the rooms that we get in. I think the fact that
yeah,
you were able to create that for the speakers in the room in that way, I think is amazing. And yeah, and I think to be able to have almost a kind of backstage support for people, and you know, the kind of big up and the cheering and all of that, like, you know, you have got, I think for first time speakers, when they come to yours, like they know they've got like the biggest support squad in the world when they do that, right? Again, you know, some of the biggest
exactly.
stages that I have been on, it's like, it's just like, it's been me, right? You know, I've rocked up on my own, I've spoken on stage on my own, I've come off the stage
Yeah,
on my own, and then traveled home
yeah,
on my own, and I'm like,
yeah.
oh, there we go.
Oh,
So yeah,
well.
I think that's fab. What's that?
Yeah, I
Helen's like,
love that. Helen said, "Every
thanks.
time I hear you speak, Kelly, it always hits."
Thanks. In a good way, I hope.
Yeah, hits me like a train to the face.
Yeah. Awful.
No, I get the same whenever still, Helen, I'm exactly the same as you. Kelly's my friend, and we talk a lot, but I still get the same, like, oofs when I see Kelly speak as well. So I completely feel you.
Thanks, mate.
You're welcome. You're so welcome. What would you say to someone who hasn't been before and is thinking about coming? What would you say to them?
Book your ticket.
Anything less literal and more interesting for a YouTube short?
Book your ticket. No, I think I'll do it again. Book your ticket.
Book it
You know,
now.
yeah, now book your ticket.
And please, thank you.
At that point, Michelle will put the link in the comment for you to book your ticket. No, I think, you know, I think if you haven't, there's, and I'll tell you what I am going to say this year. I think more and more this year, towards the end of last year, we as like I genuinely know there's a lot of crap going on with people, right? There's a lot of job uncertainty, there's a lot of financial stuff, there's a lot of political stuff, there's a lot of organizations cutting jobs and doing whatever it is that they're not doing, right? If you are in an organization, get the money from your organization to buy you your ticket. I know people that sit in that room every single year, and in other HR events, I know they are using their own annual leave because their organizations
Yes.
do not care about them enough to give them one day of uplifting development. And this, no, absolutely no, like this is not a come and learn employment law HR day, but this is a day for you to be energized, for you to be inspired, for you to hear about what other people are doing, for you to connect with other amazing HR people, and to just feel all of that. Now, if your organization are only ever going to pay for a bloody employment law update, like speak to your solicitors about that, right? This is like, and it's genuinely not what it is. But
Yeah.
I know more than ever, right? I see the stats, I have the conversations with people daily. I've had like more emails in my inbox today. I know how much as individuals the HR profession is struggling. I know how many of you need a break, you need some support, you need breathing space, you need, like, this is the space for you to do that. So if you are in an organization, the organization is going to pay for your ticket. You can provide them the link, you can stick it on expenses, and you need to book your ticket. I think if you are an individual, I don't know if Michelle has got any, but I know there are usually some kind of pay it forward tickets, right? I know if you can't afford it and your organization are complete assholes and they do not think you're worth, how much is your ticket price, Michelle Hartley?
£225 now.
225. If your organization does not think that you are worth £225, and they'll spend that more on like an exec dinner, right? Their exec lunches are costing them more than that. For those crusty sandwiches that they get wheeled into the boardroom. So, like, they need to be paying for your ticket. If you are self-funding, I'm sure there will be more pay it forward tickets. But I think also, like, I think it's genuinely worth it. And then when you've been to the event and you feel amazing, stick it back on expenses, right? Claim the money back.
Oh my God, yes. That's the answer.
And just see what you can do with it. But yeah, I think if you're, and I suppose maybe there's a couple of reasons that people don't want to book, right? And maybe for some people, maybe it does look a bit too bright.
Pink and unicorn.
Right? Maybe it does look too pink and unicorn for some people. But right, and you might not be a pink unicorn, but as I said at the beginning, right, if you are a not your normal HR professional, that's the space for you. And I suppose if we think about unicorns anywhere, they're just magical creatures, right? As HR, you are already a magical creature, with the fact that you have to do more for less every single day, with no congratulations, no thanks, no anything, right? So you are already a magical creature. You can be your own unicorn dressed in whatever it is that you want to dress in. Like, this is the space for you. And, you know, and I think if you're worried about, again, you know, like, is it too loud, is it too pink, is it too bright, is it too bubbly? Like, I'm not that kind of person. Like, maybe I am like quite a shy introvert, I don't know where I go. There's tons of them in the room as well, right? You'll find your people when you're in the room, you'll connect with them. And so I think, like, whatever doubt you're having, let the doubt go. But I think if you're worrying about budgets or time or organization won't pay or whatever, like, this is the year to do it. I see the stats. I speak to the people every single day. I know how many of you are on the brink of burnout, worn out, exhausted, struggling, in need of support, in need of some help. I know how many of you are absolutely shit at asking for help when you need it. Right? This is the space for you to have that. And so book your ticket.
Yes, I completely agree. And there's actually a very good point about the pay it forward stuff. I'd forgotten about those as well. I'm shit at this, aren't I?
Well, I'm so brilliant. I should be on, right, I'm on commission from now on, right? Any tickets that get booked for the duration of this live,
after today's date. Yeah, and it's funny.
Get the book. I'm not on commission. I'm not on commission at all. I'm not.
Hashtag ad. I forget about stuff like pay it forward, and I forget about stuff like 50% of the agenda goes to geeks, and like, I just, because to me that's just part of the game, right? I just don't, I want to make sure that finance isn't a barrier for people being able to attend my event, because I hated it. Well, you know this, when I was younger, I came from like a very poor background. Like, I didn't have loads of money, didn't have loads of stuff, and actually sometimes I would have wanted the stuff, or I would have wanted a favor where somebody would have gone, do you know what, I've just bought it, like, consider it done. And that's lovely. Like, I love that we can do that, and I love that people want to help. Like, and that's the nicest part of it, is geeks always look out for other people, and they want to buy tickets so that other people can come. And I just think that's the most lovely thing. So yes, I do have one currently in the pot. So I do have a pay it forward ticket in the pot. So I will be spinning the wheel this week to pick somebody who is registered.
Get your name in there. But I think, I just think there is all of that. And I think there needs to be more help. I think there needs to be more support. I think you need to be putting yourself out there. And if you're not going, I think maybe just like sit with, why is it not the event for you? Like, what would like genuinely, like, what is it that's stopping you? But I think also from what you just said, the stuff that you forget, right? You forget that so many of the speakers, you forget the geekitude, you forget the pay it forward, you forget all of that. Again, how many HR pros are watching this, or like live or on replay or whatever, and we just forget the brilliant stuff that we do, right? Because it's just what we do, right? Well, I just do it, right? It's just what I do on a daily basis. It's just how I rock up. It's just how I show up. And again, in this room. Like, I promise, like, if that's you, your name's going to be on that board, right? People are going to recognize that in you. People are going to be lifting you up and picking you up and celebrating you all day long. And again, right, that might sound a bit cringe. And it is, because we're not used to people saying that we're brilliant. We're not used to people saying well done. We're not used to people saying thank you. We're not used to people recognizing the stuff that we just do. And so again, I think like that's what you need more of. Like, this is the room that you need to be in.
Yeah, no, definitely agree. Definitely agree. Someone who is LinkedIn user, but it might be our Millie, bought a pay it forward ticket last year as we're on holiday for my husband's birthday. Excellent birthday week, Kelly. And it felt lovely to be able to do that. Yes, it is the loveliest thing to do. Doing a pay it forward ticket is actually the nicest thing to do. So yes, I completely agree.
And yes, it was a wonderful birthday week. It's also my stepson's birthday. It was my stepson's birthday the day of the first Geek Meet that I spoke at, which is why I had to rush back because we were doing dinner for him. I'm going to put this out there now because Michelle Hartley has already seen my agenda for my 50th birthday, which is in 2030. And if she books the Geek Meet 2030 in the same week, she's missing out on my entire 50th week birthday celebrations. Hashtag
we need to make sure that doesn't happen. Yeah, don't you worry.
Just saying.
I have seen that agenda and I will be attending. Thank you.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing.
So yes, it is, Millie. What else we got? The pay it forward tickets, just the spirit. See, again, you're just a lovely group of people.
Yeah, we're just thoroughly nice humans. And I think that kind of brings me back to like the troll comment. Barry, of course he's called Barry. Barry the troll.
Wait, that's my dad. my dad's not that sort of Barry.
Yeah, but your dad's a nice Barry, not like a bad Barry. This is a bad Barry, like Barry off EastEnders Barry.
My dad has got what they bought him for his 70th was apparently there is a kids program that's got Big Bad Baz in it, which is a shark. My dad has actually got a shark hat called Big Bad Baz.
Brilliant.
No, he's not. He's gorgeous, my daddy.
I love that. So it brings back to the troll bit about the kind of the actual comment was, why do we always have to infantilize HR events? We don't do it for finance. And I like my piece, and the worst thing was the post that it was on was like Ali as a first-time speaker on the stage, and we were both doing like her rock chick move, and I'm like, no part of what was in that image is infantilizing. Like, yes, I'm wearing pink sparkly trousers and I'm wearing unicorn ears, but that is not that is not infantilizing an HR event. That is just having fun. Like, I feel like it should feel like a fun party. That's what I feel like I want it to feel like.
But where's the celebration of that as well, right? So let's just take it back, right? Even we'll come back to the comment, but even if you take it back from the comment, so that comment came on a post celebrating a first-time speaker who did an absolutely amazing job. First time that she was on stage in front of an audience of that size, but first-time speaker, and that was the level of support in the chat.
Yeah,
like
there was an and that was an HR person. So that was an HR
shove
person.
It up your ass.
What?
But like this is and this is why, right, that people have an issue. This is why people have an issue with HR, right? This is why HR get the stick that they do. Like, there are some fucking awesome HR people out there that genuinely care about people, right? That are getting on stage and putting themselves out there, that are absolutely transforming workplaces, that are absolutely kicking ass, that are putting people first, that are absolutely doing everything that they can with a lack of budget and with a lack of support to genuinely make the employee experience as brilliant for everybody as they possibly can. And some knobhead comes along, like, you're acting like a bunch of kids, like, because that's an adult attitude, Barry. I don't think so. Right? It's just bloody, it winds me up. Like, stop it. Support people.
I politely invited him to leave my comments, which he did 15 comments later.
Send him some fucking unicornies in the post and say,
do you know what I was going to do? I was going to invite him. I was like, maybe I should just send him a free ticket. Because he clearly needs a hug.
Send him a unicorn and some cat ears.
Oh my God, I'll send him a goodie bag.
Like, yo, mofo, this is what you're missing out on.
Bazza, if you're watching this, send me your address. I will send you a goodie bag with love.
I'm sure you could track him down, right? Go find his company address, and send it to his
Oh my
work
God.
with the
Yes.
pinkest sticker on the envelope ever, with like love hearts and unicorns and rainbows.
Glitter in there.
Oh no, literally like a confetti bomb that goes all over his fucking desk. I bet he wears grey trousers. I bet he wears grey trousers. Not that there's anything wrong with grey trousers. I look brilliant in grey, but you know.
It's all about you, Kelly. You look brilliant in grey.
I do look brilliant in grey. You said that I do look brilliant in grey. I can rock like head to toe grey and look awesome.
Yes, you most definitely can, friend. You most definitely can. Helen has put in the comments, we ride at dawn, and she's done this because whenever we talk about like anybody in Geeks who gets like a troll or a horrible comment or a shit day, we always say, right, who's bringing the shovel and when are we going? And so we ride at dawn. There we go. I've got the shovel.
We do.
Bloody love it.
We could send him a mini shovel in his goodie bag.
Oh yes. He probably would also like, I don't know if I've got them here. Yeah, I have. He'd probably also like some custom tissues. Do you think he'd like those?
Oh, I think he'd love custom tissues. Yes, I think he'd love a custom tissue.
I feel like he'd be down for that, wouldn't he? I feel like he'd enjoy that. So I'll send him some of those too. I also feel like this year, and another thing we always have, so one of the things that Geeks always has is some kind of ear arrangement. So the first year was cat ears. I don't actually know why. We just thought it might be fun. And then the second year, we're like, well, now we have to up the cat ears. They have to be like even better than last year. So we got the unicorn one. So still a headband with ears, but also unicorn horn. And then this year, this is a big reveal. This is very important. This year, we have sequin cat ears. So you're welcome.
I
didn't you a grey pair.
I didn't wear them first year, but I did appreciate all of the cat ears that turned up for my book launch.
Yes, you see that, but that is, and we used to do this at Emma Jamil's HR Big Meet as well. So all the geeks, when they were coming, we'd be like, right, how are we going to recognise each other? Fuck it, let's wear cat ears. And that is literally how we all recognise each other on the day. And I just think it's brilliant, and it's a very visible show of geekery. Is if you see somebody with cat ears at your event, it's normally one of us.
There you go.
There you go. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Love across the room.
Yeah. Let all your love out.
Yes.
We also have, which comes back to probably where we started, we also have every year a Geeks Together playlist. So everybody as part of their registration sends me their favourite song. And then I compile it into a Spotify playlist, which becomes then your playlist and memories of the day. And I still can't. Helen's like, stop it. I still can't like stop listening to the very first one. Like I feel like the first one still has all the magic for me. But yes, we have the same this year. So maybe we need to come up with a Bazza song. It's got your song on it.
It's my song on it.
Yeah, but also I think she might be playing it in her song in her stage talk, and I'm slightly nervous it's going to make me cry. So I've got tissues though, so it's fine.
We've got branded tissues, not just tissues. Yeah, branded tissues.
Exactly, proper tissues. Oh, Helen's worn her cat ears last week. Amazing.
Anybody tuning in now is like, what have I just come into?
You've literally come into the best part about Geeks, which is the cat ears. Whenever anybody orders any like geek merch as well, I always like chuck in like a random set of cat ears or a random sweary pen. There's sweary pens in the goodie bags as well. It's the best thing ever. Like I genuinely just have so much fun. Like, well, I don't have so much fun because my house is a complete mess at the moment with all the goodie bag contents. But
and can I just ask if the goodie bag contents are out of the way so that you don't trip all over them?
No, friend, because I've also broken a toe on a box of unicorns so far. Which you probably know. I might have told you that. I can literally only wear at the moment Birkenstocks because my toe's broken and wearing flat shoes really hurts.
I don't know what story. Get the merch out of anywhere that you need to walk.
Honestly, if you could see, obviously this is fine because this is my backdrop, but literally like there's about this much space. This much floor space for me to like turn my chair, get out of the door,
over everywhere.
Oh my God, yes. Well, now it's spread to downstairs, so now there's a massive box of stuff downstairs. That was my post this afternoon. There's piles and piles of boxes in my kitchen.
I bet Ray's loving you at the moment. I bet the cats are loving the boxes, but I bet Ray's not happy.
Yeah, he is literally threatening divorce every day.
And you're like, I've got more coming tomorrow.
Yeah. Ta-da! And I'm like, I can't do anything till I've got the bags, and the bags aren't coming for 3 weeks, so
let's move out for 3 weeks.
It's very funny. It is very funny. What else? What else do we need to talk about TGDT? I'm trying to think about anything else that we might have missed. Oh, after party
well, I
this
remembered
year?
more than you already, so I don't know what more you want me to say.
I know, it's impressive, friend. Your memory is impressive.
Thanks. What does anybody else want to know? If anybody's watching us, like, does anybody else want to know anything? Or has anybody else got any memories or stuff that they would love to talk about?
Yes, drop them in the chat. Drop them in the chat.
If they haven't, this is cold Pepsi Max Cherry. It's not anything else.
Oh, nice. With the vodka in it. No, you don't drink. It's not that.
I don't drink. I usually live on peppermint tea, don't I? But I thought actually I just need a cold drink.
It's a Pepsi Max day. It is definitely a Pepsi Max day.
I
was going to say something and it's gone out of my head. Thank you, perimenopause. Oh, after party. We've got an after party this year, which is quite exciting. I'm looking forward to having a proper, like, official after party.
Not like your sleepover that you usually do.
Not like a sleepover, no.
Actual after party.
Proper after party.
And is this a separate event? Do people need separate tickets? Are people paying more for it? What is happening with the after party, Michelle Hartley?
Thank you. Yes. So, what you could do if you live in Midlands, you could come just for the after party, so you can buy the ticket separately. So from 7 p.m. So we do the day runs from 10:30 till 5, and then 5 till 7 we have canapes and prosecco for anyone who wants to stay. So you've got bonus networking time, and then from 7 until midnight we have an after party. So we have a DJ and drinks and food and just the usual levels of geek feralness in the room. It's just going to be brilliant.
Amazeball. So give those times again. So 10:30 to 5 is geek.
Yes.
I was going to say geek me. I'm not allowed to talk anymore. Is the great geek together.
Yes. 5 to 7 canapes.
And non-alcoholic prosecco for people that don't drink.
Non-alcoholic options are available.
And then from 7 until midnight, DJ and dancing.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there you go.
And it's all in the same space. It's all going to be good. I'm going to do a very quick wardrobe change at some point, and in that time, so that I can have a different outfit.
What outfits do you have?
Well, this is the question. I haven't actually done anything with the outfit yet, and normally it's August time, so I've got a few weeks. I haven't quite decided. I'm looking at like the big disc sequins, like the big chunky ones. I'm looking at a jumpsuit of that in gold, which I thought might be quite nice. Obviously I'm going to wear my cape, Queen of the Geeks cape, because that's standard. And then for the evening, I fancy like a.
Oh, sorry. So the gold jumpsuit. You're thinking daytime.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I was thinking like 7 till midnight. Okay.
And then I'm thinking sparkly dress for the afters, or maybe pajamas. I'm undecided.
I mean, I would be in pajamas, but then I would be in bed by 9 o'clock. So
exactly, you would be able to stay.
Nope.
So yeah, undecided. I do feel like the weather might be good as well. If the weather's good, there's a lovely outside terrace area. So if we can sit outside in terrace area, I probably don't want to be in my pajamas. I might want to be in something a bit cooler. I don't know. I have to ponder.
I will look forward to the outfit pics. I will look forward to the outfit.
What I love seeing in the pictures, because Helen has just put the pictures amazing. I've seen in last year's pictures, like you can literally just watch my journey to hangover in the pictures, because as they get to like the later pictures, I just look really sweaty and tired, because I've obviously had like probably a bottle of prosecco to myself at this point, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just done now. So yeah, show up, buy an evening ticket.
That's what you need, right? If that's what you need, that's what you need.
Exactly. We get to cut loose and chill out and continue the joy.
There you go. So you can have some fun. So you can just do daytime, or you can just do evening.
Yes. Or you can combo. Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
And how many, like, where do people need to buy? So if people are buying separate tickets for evening,
It's on the
is
same
everything on the same link?
Yeah, all on the same link. You just
There we
scroll to
go.
delegate and it will appear.
There you go.
There you go.
Buy
Easy.
your
Easy.
tickets.
Easy peasy, friends. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
You've got Burnoutology Master Burnout Coach coming, haven't you, in November? October.
No, so that starts on the 2nd of November.
How can people find out about that, please?
Thanks, mate. They can find out about that at kellyswinkler.com. Click on the Burnout Academy and then you will find it.
Yay!
Thank
I can't
you.
believe that we're nearly. I'm on the current cohort of the Master Burnout.
I know you're going to finish on the 5th of October. And I have been thinking about that because I think I then got 3 weeks off before I start the next cohort. But I've got, like, even as people are booking for the next lot, and I'm like, but it won't be the same. which is a good thing. But I will have spent like pretty much every Monday with you, won't I?
Yeah, and it's
For,
going to
like,
be
a
really
year.
weird not having it. It's going to be really weird.
You have to come and join the next cohort and just rock up every Monday again. Like, hi, I'm here for
just come and do
refresher.
it, like sneaking in, come back in. No, it is brilliant. Definitely recommend to any coaches that want to level up their coaching game, because holy shit, it's amazing. I've never done anything that's made me really like question my entire existence before. Like, it's really cool in a good way, where it's like literally made me think about like how I do life, how I do coaching, how I work, my energy levels, even to the point of how I breathe some days. Like, that is how like intense and impactful it is, but it is amazing. So yes, if you're thinking about that, definitely do that, please, because it's amazing.
Yes, please. So yes, we start on the 2nd of November. And may I also do a shameless plug to say that my fundraising link is now live.
Yes. Oh my God. Tell everybody. I don't think people have known this. Tell them your tale.
I am running and I'm going to say this, I am a non-runner, although I mentioned at the beginning of today that I can do 8 reps of a 300 kilogram leg press. I am not a runner, but I am running the London Marathon next April in memory of my friend Joe for pancreatic cancer. And yesterday, my fundraising link went live, and I have had one amazing HR professional that has been my first sponsor already.
Yay!
I want to say shout out to
amazing.
Emma Bennett, who I love.
Thanks, Emma Bennett.
Yeah, so that's now live as well.
Amazing. Wow, you need to send me this link. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'm still like 26.2 miles away from a marathon, but I'm doing all right.
You're still doing it, friend. You are
I'm still doing it. Yeah.
And I think you might have to say you're not a runner. You might have to just say you are a runner.
I'm really not a runner. I do keep trying, although I am getting to the point, because I did this morning, all the farmers were out, and they've been sorting all the corn out, and I wouldn't have been able to breathe getting covered in all of that. So I was like, and part of me was just like, I'll go for a run later. And I was like, no, I won't. So I got my walking pad out and I did a little walk, and then I did a little run, and then I did a little walk. So I still did my 5K this morning, even though the tractors
were out. Thanks. That's amazing. That is amazing.
Thanks.
That is very good.
Yes. So I'm getting there. Yeah.
I love
I'm having all the fun.
You're going to smash it.
Running the London Marathon. So yes, sponsor me for the London Marathon. Come and join me on the Master Burnout Coach. Book your ticket to your daytime and or evening event for the it's not the Geek Peek, the Great Geek Together.
You can just call it the Geek Together. Call it Geek Together. Well, me, Kirsty, this is our like gentlewoman's agreement. Is me, Kirsty, and Emma don't like overlap each other's stuff and don't like copy each other's stuff. So Kirsty's is Evolving HR, the big one. Mine is the Great Geek Together, and Emma's is the HR Big Meet. So I couldn't really do the HR Geek Meet because it's too similar to the HR Big Meet. So it's our gentlewoman's agreement that we don't kind of overlap each other.
I don't call it the HR Geek Meet. But I just call it Geek Meet. Just Geek Meet.
Yeah. All the Great Geek Together. All the Great Geek Together.
We'll call it the Great Geek Together, which is what it's actually called. All the marketing says it's called. I have just never got my head around it.
And all the branding, yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much. TGGT, yes. Thank you so much for coming on today. It has been hilarious. And I don't actually know how this time has flown by, but my face hurts from laughing so much. So thank you for that, if nothing else. And thank
If
you
nothing
to
else, right?
everybody.
So I've added all of the value that I've added for the last hour, and the only value is like, if nothing else, at least I've laughed. No, I bother.
You obviously bring value wherever
I
you
don't
go,
know.
Kate Swindler.
Obviously not. Obviously
This is
not.
getting clipped up. I'm
My
going
face hurts.
to
You've
post
added
it,
no
and it'll
value
be
for the rest of the
it's
hour,
all
but
about
my face
Kelly.
hurts. Thank you very much. Bye.
On that note, thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your comments, and we'll see you next week for our next Geek Peek Live.
Bye.